Grandpa to me was just like brother mentioned, my mom, good model, probably one of the people I respect the most, and I always think about his serious faith in God, Jesus, and also his sense of humor and able to like joke with Grandma, with all of us. And I think that really is something that big blessing for all of us, that we knew that we could be serious, but at the same time we could also have fun and also be very youthful. And especially, I know a lot of people in that age, the golden era, they're a lot more serious about everything, and maybe take it a little too serious. But it allowed us to like taught me about how to be a person, how to deal with people, know when to be serious, when to be fun. And then also, I think that he also kept moving forward, fearless. Never really saw Grandpa afraid of anything, always moving forward, and just trusting the Lord. And I think the final blessing was when, even when he passed, he blessed me by bringing me opportunity to be with my wife. And we always kind of say that if it wasn't for Grandpa's passing at the time, I probably would never have gotten back together with Uni, and probably got married and brought her on to help translate. And actually, interesting thing is she was the last person I looked for help. But I think sometimes things happen that way. I think I was afraid of commitment or something. But anyway, I think from the beginning to the end, I think Grandpa was always a big blessing in my life.
Okay, so it's my turn. That's nice. Grandpa to me, I didn't have as much interaction as my two brothers, but what I did, I was able to observe a lot of the same characteristics like humor, and also the one thing I really did admire was his decisive decisions, and he had so much conviction when he made decisions. He never really, like Nicole said, never really regretted anything, and his childlike faith. You know, they say in order to enter the kingdom of heaven, you have to have like a childlike faith, believe, just open arms, and it was a really good model. That's another good word that everybody's saying, that Grandpa led, because he did lead by example. And yeah, I think that was the biggest thing with Grandpa and me. I saw a lot of good characteristics to put into my life and lead me in the way I should live.
I have to speak too. Okay. To me, Grandpa is Grandpa. I don't have any grandparents, so I'm really thankful that that he had accepted me as a granddaughter, and I'm thankful. I think we're the only couple that Grandpa had blessed in marriage. And to me, that's a huge blessing. And even though when, I remember one time he was at the hospital, and even though he was sick, Elijah wasn't born then, it was only Enoch. Even though he was on his bed, he would want Enoch beside him because it gives him joy. You know, and that's one thing I've learned about Grandpa is that he's joyful regardless what the situation is, whether he's sick, whether he's, he's tired. You know, he's got that smile in his face, and you know, and I'm so thankful to have gotten to know him. And even with my kids, he's been a blessing. Like he would play with them, and you know, and he would always sing them songs. You know, even though when they're crying, he would sing them songs, and he would say, you know, he would tell them that they're crybabies. Like, what's the word he would use? I forgot. Sinai. They always call him Sinai. You know, they're always Mr. Sinai because they always cry. You know, but at the same time, he says that, but then he will sing them, you know, a song that he always likes to sing, and then Grandma would sing along, and then everybody would sing along. You know, if Mama and Papa are there, or if Josh and Simon are there, you know, they would sing along, and he just brings that togetherness. You know, Grandpa is a model for a family. He brings people together, and I'm thankful for having to meet Grandpa.
我其实没有直接跟阿公交谈过面对面过，但我第一次到这个家里面的时候，我是替阿公写他的一个简历。当我在写阿公的简历的时候，我其实非常的压抑，因为当时我只是觉知还没有受洗。那当我在写阿公的简历的时候，我非常的惊讶是，他在主里面，他为开拓教会，还为教会所做的每一件事情，他的力量，他的努力，这是我从来没有看到过的。那在我最近帮阿公写美伦教会的故事的时候，我也非常的讶异，他为了就是开拓教会，他可以有就是跟阿嬷之间的一个共同的努力，从没有教会到后来利用他们的家，然后在短短的时间之内把整个美伦教会给就是创造起来、开拓起来，那是让我非常的敬佩。那我也觉得我非常的荣耀，能够到主里面来，那同时也能够来到这个家庭，这个基督徒的家庭，让我非常的开心。这样。
Two more things. Okay, as I listen, Grandpa, he was very open, but he kept his basic there. How he was open when he had a church with the Taiwanese, right? The mother, parent of Taiwanese, but he right away he said Samuel and Joshua were little, and that was before Simon's time. Grandpa already said we need to have English worship for the youth, and because they are going to be the foundation of this church, and then you cannot force them to speak Taiwanese, and you need to do English. I didn't understand. I said, why didn't he insist that the youth need to learn Mandarin? But he said, no, the language will go away. You need to do English. Then when I was getting close to Don before we got married, and he took me to the airport, and I said, but she met Don before, and I said, you know, this American, I'm going to visit him in Baltimore, and are you okay? And he knows Don is a Christian, and then he said, is he honest? I said, as far as I know, and he said, that's fine. That's all he asked, is he honest? They are Christian, may not be honest, but he's honest. Then, the last 1 year or 2 years, when his memory was going down, you cannot talk to him much. These things, he doesn't remember things. But then, there was a pastor, or a family came from China, they visited Papa, asked Papa to say, can you baptize my father? Papa said, I'll be happy to baptize. Then he said, where are you going to place him church-wise? And this man said, oh, that's okay. We don't need to belong in any church. In China, we baptize 1,000 people in the river, and we just have fellowship. And Papa thought about it. He said, I cannot do this. Once I baptize somebody, then a person is baptized, then need to belong to a church, so he can be disciple and grow. So he didn't baptize this man. And I look at this, I thought Papa's mind was not there, but he persists and keep the basic. And that's the part that I remember.